which is like the vampire slave that takes care of everything for him. It's hilarious. His name's Guillermo, and that's what he talks about. It's funny. Just watch one show and text me and be like, I'm hooked.
All right,
please do. Thank you very much. And we're rolling.
And we've been rolling.
Yeah. Hey, great show. So welcome back to what we talk about in the shadows, which is other TV shows.
We talk about in the shadows. Yeah. Exactly. You want to intro it?
Yeah. Just wait for that song.
It's never. No. I prefer if you did.
Nope. But welcome back, everybody. Behind the Boots.
Yeah. Welcome. Episode 26.
Yep. We're the podcast that talks about stupid shit in the military.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do.
Yep.
And as always, I'm Bobby.
And I'm John.
That's John.
Yep.
And what's going on, John?
Not too much.
I see you have some music festival swag.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's cold in my nipples.
Hey, looked like a good time. A lot of fun, a lot of music.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Met a lot of really good people. Listened to a lot of good music. It's a good time.
Nice. That's what music festivals are for.
That's what I'm told they're for.
Yeah. One day I'll tell you about the time I almost made it to Woodstock.
I think you have.
Oh, that's right. I can't remember it. That's how.
That's how long.
That's how long ago it was. That's how long ago it was.
Cool, man. Yeah. So, but before we get rolling and get into the meat of it, we are recording on the same day that Sergeant Johanny Rosario Pichardo of Lawrence, Mass. She's being laid to rest today. She's one of the 13 service members that were killed late last month in the bombing of Afghanistan. We do like to have fun on this podcast. We like to keep things lighthearted, but I think it's also important to remember, the real reason behind it. What we and countless others have signed up to do, and for those who made the ultimate sacrifice. To Sergeant Rosario Pichardo and the 12 other service members killed, and anyone really who gave the ultimate sacrifice, we thank you and we salute you. And I mean, as corny as it sounds, like we wouldn't be America without you guys. So,
and also on that note too is I know a lot of people have talked about and mentioned the 13 that were killed, which they should, right? It definitely needs to be. They need to be remembered. They need to be talked about. But also on the same day that when that happened, there were, I think, close to like 30 others that were severely wounded that are still with us, that are still fighting. Some of them are fighting for their lives, recovering. But for any of you guys that are and gals that are out there that listen to us, if you're connected to any of those, like, laughter is a great medicine. Share the podcast with them. We're not trying to grow the fan base, but we're trying to give people a laugh, man. And if my dumbass can help someone recover by just laughing at some stupid shit I say, please do it. Please share.
That's the goal of the podcast. We want to be a community. We want to help each other out where we can. And honestly, the best thing that we know how to do is just act like idiots and read stories.
Pretty much.
If that's what we can do to help, man, then that's what
I'll gladly do my part.
But yeah, I just wanted to mention that before we move forward.
That's good.
But yeah, if you guys want to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, you can do so at BT Boots Podcast. Be posted in the episode description. And I think tonight's drink is pretty fitting. Yeah,
it's the on two aspects of it.
Yeah.
One, it's representing those 13, I think, as in the Circle of Heroes, which is the name of the beer that we're drinking. But the brewery itself represents our show, and that's Clown Shoes. So it's like the most fitting beer possible for tonight's episode. And Clown Shoes Brewery, Boston, Mass, and Windsor.
Windsor, Vermont.
But I've had Clown Shoes before, and I've actually, it's one of those ones I always forget about. It's been like around for quite a while as a smaller brewery, but they have some very, very tasty beverages. I'm enjoying this one tonight. It's a hazy IPA.
Yep.
Circle of Friends. It's 7%, which is not
Circle
bad.
Heroes.
Not bad. Yeah, 7%.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
This was actually gifted to us by a booty.
Nice.
Yeah, Marissa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Well, thank you. She's a bartender, so I
both
hope she
on
knows.
and off screen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
hope she knows what she's serving.
She's
she
nailed it.
She's a good one.
Nailed it. So thank you for that, Mercy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You should we just get into it now?
Listen, I think we need to. Let's take a quick drink here. All right.
Cheers, bud. All right.
A little bit of my mustache.
No, we haven't talked about in a long time, actually, which is surprising.
People fucking each other over.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we call those
buddy fuckers.
Yeah. Pause for effect.
Hey, good buddy.
And
Blue Falcons sometimes too.
yeah, call Blue Falcons, buddy fuckers, whatever. I didn't even mean to do this, but I'm pretty sure both stories are of negligent discharges.
Ooh, wait. Like, so.
Of rifles, not
Okay,
of,
all right.
not of cocks.
All right.
That's a fair
Listen,
question. Nope,
listen.
nope.
Sometimes when you say it, I'm waiting. I'm like, wait a minute. So just all right. Thank you.
That's actually Rogue Privates.
I know.
Which is it's a negligent discharge in there too.
I know.
So.
Negligent or premature discharge.
Yeah. That's actually fair. All three of my stories are
perfect.
Have negligent discharges in them.
Okay.
In one way or the other.
The old ND.
Story number 1. Okay. This guy was kind of a show-off. Made a fool of himself saying he had a degree in a room full of men who had all kinds of degrees.
Jesus.
But that did not do him in. Off base, he was working with high school kids and decided to show them how the engine block of a car would deflect a bullet or something like that. The kids told whoever, who then called the cops. They knew where he worked, on a base. Here's where it gets interesting. So the cops go to the base and get approval to enter to go see him. Explain there's a law against discharging a gun, and they need the gun for an investigation. And if you've ever been on a base, you're not supposed to carry on which is ironic. I get it.
Yeah, so random.
But you're not supposed to carry. You're supposed to give it to like a supply. They have like a
turn them into the arms room.
Turn them into the arms room. So he goes, sure, it's in my car. I'll get it for you. So maybe you can take them, like we said, to the MP shack or an armory or whatever. But to be in the office and to go to your car to get your gun is a big mistake.
Also, you're not allowed to have like private like military weapons in privately owned vehicles as well. Yeah.
As it was a secondhand story, I do not know all the details, but if I remember correctly, he had a misdemeanor for the discharge, but no time. The gun on the base was, again, a dishonorable discharge, which we all know is effectively a felony on your record. The guy was whining that the only jobs he could get were along the lines of a bartender or something, which actually bartenders, if you're doing it right, makes some fucking good coin.
Yeah, especially if you're like a jet set bartender, where you do it like half the time in like the Caribbean and then half the time somewhere else where it's nice and warm. Like, yeah, man, good life.
I feel like I have too much of a problem to be a bartender.
Yeah, I'd be like, one for you, one for me. All right. Free drinks. Also, I hate the fact that people that say that, they're like a guy that's like, I have a degree. Like,
congrats.
Dude, yeah, great. That's rad, man. But like, we're all here. So
we're all in the same room, buddy. Yeah.
Like, what's your degree in? Like, obviously you're not using it.
We're all
if
here.
You're
I just
here.
have debt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you decide, hey, I'm going to shoot this gun into this fucking car.
Yeah.
In front of these kids.
He's lucky it didn't like ricochet back and hit him, which would have been even better.
Oh, could you imagine?
Like the cop that was showing safety and shoots himself in the classroom.
Do you want to hear about someone getting shot instead?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, funny you should ask me that because next story. You ready?
Hit it.
Cool, man. Hold on. Okay.
Holding on.
I lost it. Now I got it.
She got it back.
I was sent to the U.S. Naval Communication Station in Asmara, Ethiopia, as a young 18-year-old Navy enlisted man. The U.S. Army was pulling out and leaving the Navy to the communication station all to ourselves. Well, as anyone that has been in the Navy knows, we only fire a 22 in basic at Great Lakes, at least that we did in 1972. So this is
Quite a while.
quite a while ago. So those of us that were not rated were assigned to the Shore Patrol Division, and we had to do some serious training to get done on the M1911A1, the M14, because there was no M16s there, and the bar. We had a great division. It was a lot of fun for an 18-year-old. We had bunkers around Track E and Track A where we stood watch, gate guards, etc. I only had duty on Track E, base headquarters, and Track A, family housing. So now it gets to the dumb part. Two of the Shore Patrol sailors were in the duty office where we met before each shift and received our assignments. These two were bored, I assume, so they decided to play quick draw with the M1911, which, if you don't know, it's a pistol. Yep, you can all see what's coming. One of them did not take the magazine out of their weapon, and how I do not know, they had a round chambered and pulled the trigger. Yep, boom it went. It went through the shoulder of the other fellow, and, I think this is the real tragedy here, into the candy machine, killing the candy machine.
Oh, motherfuckers.
Yeah, the shoulder, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, shit happens.
Yeah.
But candy machine,
Motherfuckers.
throw the book at him.
Yeah. Shoot him again.
And then this guy has the audacity to say, thank God it was the only thing that was killed. Anyways, both were court-martialed and given less than honorable discharges.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Also, a fucking
I'm surprised they weren't
1911.
promoted.
Yeah, a 1911's a 45
Yeah, it's
caliber.
it's a
That's a
pretty
big fucking round, dude. Like you're taking a, you know.
Imagine taking a round and getting another an honorable
Yeah,
discharge.
like fuck.
Yeah.
It's double
That's a
jeopardy.
double round. Yeah.
Dude, that. Oh man, can you imagine the look on his face? Like
When he
you
actually
okay? You're
shot.
okay? You're okay?
Or was he impressed, like, maybe I could have fucking dueled a little bit back in the day?
Yeah.
Because that's what my head would have went initially. But like, damn, I could have fucking survived back then.
All right, I can shoot you now. That's.
That's actually... Don't cry, don't cry, don't tell mom. No, you're fine, you're fine,
You're fine. No, it's not that bad. Right through. See, candy machine, right through.
But, yeah, those are some people who like to fuck their buddies. Some of them like to fuck their buddies with a 45 round to the shoulder.
Oh man, that's yep, that'll get you
So,
every time. That's one thing I always say.
so Grandpa,
45 will get you.
So, Grandpa, what was your service in the Navy like? Well, it all started and ended with one thing.
Ethiopia. Was it Ethiopia?
Ethiopia.
Yeah. And why is there a naval communication station in Ethiopia?
Well, the Army was pulling out.
Oh yeah.
Whenever the Army pulls out, the Navy pulls in.
Yeah, well, the Army pulled out, so they didn't have a negligent discharge.
That's true.
Like, well, hold on here. Hold up. Gotta pull out. Gotta go over here. Let me finish over
And then
here.
you're just like, ooh, okay.
Get in there.
Ooh, it's still warm.
Let me get in there real quick. Yeah, wow, dude.
Yep.
That's a good one.
That was Buddy Fuckers.
That's a pretty good one. Let's keep this train a rolling.
That's preferred.
I'm actually got a segment too that we haven't had in a while.
I thought you were just going to say, I actually have a segment too.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Hey, I do.
Cool.
So the premise of this podcast is to talk about funny stuff that happened in the military, right? And
Yeah, that's the idea.
I would have to say 90-ish%, maybe more, maybe higher, 91% of our stories
Bold statement.
involve time in the barracks, right? Like it's everything happened, like everything we've talked about has been like in the barracks or like right around, like there's very few like the stupid shit happens in the barracks when you include alcohol.
Because you're off duty.
Yes.
You get no supervision.
Yes. Well, okay. There is supervision.
Is there, though?
Now, the problem is it's usually your buddies who are the supervision.
Exactly.
So we have this little segment we used to do. We've done it a few times. It's called Barracks Life. No, so we talk about barracks life, right? But there is a small group of people, the unsung heroes of barracks that are there because they're forced to be there. And that is the CQ, or the charge of quarters,
Worst.
and the staff duty
Also the worst.
NCO, okay? Now, it sucks, right? So can you remind everybody what the charge of quarters or the staff duty is?
So like in layman's terms, basically you're a fucking babysitter for however many people are in your barracks. It's usually 1 or 2 people that are staff duty, and you are, if anything gets fucked up, they're the ones, they come to you.
It's all it is liability insurance for the military.
Yep.
They're saying, we're not at work today or tonight, so someone has to be in charge, otherwise these guys will run a fucking muck, right? Which happens anyway. And so I was thinking about some of the staff duty times that I had and some of the charge of quarters times. So CQ is at the company level, staff duties at the battalion or squadron, and then there's also staff duty at the brigade level and the division level. So it's always a higher rank. So it's like an E5 at the charge of quarters.
When you think you're going to get out of it.
A staff sergeant, and a sergeant first class, and then even up to the top, there's always a sergeant major. There's always that lurk, right? And if anything's out of the ordinary, you're in fucking trouble. You're responsible for it. So I was actually kind of Googling, trying to see what kind of like funny, if there's any funny CQ or staff duty stories. And so right on rally point, this guy's asking a question. He says, "Hey, anyone have some funny or good CQ stories? I'm sitting here in Germany right now. It's almost 200 or 0200 in the morning, and I need some entertainment." So people are responding to this, right? And there's a couple that are highlighted that are pretty funny that really just set barracks life off duty up. Okay, so this guy says, this is funny because this guy's writing in because you can see his picture because it's verified, and he's now a command sergeant major, but he's writing in from when he was pulling.
Is he incriminating himself?
No, he's not. He was the charge of quarters, but he's writing in when he was a younger, writing enlisted. So he was there. It was no shit 2002 in Fort Huachuca pulling brigade staff duty. It was me, a sergeant, as the runner, and a staff sergeant as the CQ. We were sitting there watching TV early in the night, while we occasionally glanced at the large monitor next to the TV. The monitor had 16 cameras feeding into the watching section of the building that included the AIT students that were close to graduating. These soldiers
actually worked?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right? Well, obviously, this is also Fort Huachuca, which is the home of Army intelligence.
Got it.
Obviously, they're spying on you. Like it's what they
spy on your own.
they have to do. Actually,
on,
it's the home of all intelligence. Like all military intelligence branches go there for training. So, so these soldiers were close to graduating. Says these soldiers were in AIT that was about a year long. Fuck that.
That sucks.
Yeah. Once they reached their final phase, they moved into permanent party barracks buildings. Anyway, while we were watching TV, when I glanced over and saw a soldier chasing 2 soldiers down a hallway. Here's the kicker. He was totally naked. In addition to his nakedness, he was armed. Armed with a fire extinguisher that he had taken off the wall.
That's not what I thought he was armed with.
Yeah, he was going to have an ND, negligent discharge. Anyway, he was armed with a fire extinguisher that he took off the wall. He continued to chase down the 2 soldiers, who obviously did something with his clothes.
All right.
Obviously.
That makes sense. I thought it was just a naked guy chasing people around with fire, which also says a lot that I wasn't that surprised that it was
exactly
a
like
naked guy running around.
When's this going to get funny? This is normal.
Sounds like a Tuesday.
And so he obviously did something with his clothes. And he began shooting them with the fire extinguisher, making a giant mess. So it took the staff sergeant and I about 15 seconds to realize what we were seeing before we went into action.
That's a long time.
Right when he started to make a phone call to the unit's senior drill sergeant, the fire alarm started going off in the building. Obviously, because the smoke from the... This triggered the fire department and the MPs to come to the building. We got a hold of the senior drill sergeant, who was forced to call the commanding officer, the first sergeant, which brought in the battalion commander and the sergeant major along with them. I evacuated. 2 in the morning. Yeah.
Ugh.
I evacuated the soldiers from the building and ensured it was cleared. I went to the naked guy's room and found a ton of alcohol. I think the drinking age was still 18 on post then. So there are a couple of bases that are like wicked close to the fucking southern border that used to be, because you used to just go across the border.
Yeah.
So like Fort Bliss, Fort Huachuca, they had 18 on base so people
Just
wouldn't
to make
go.
it safer.
Yeah, because you end up going over to like Tijuana.
Yeah, and then you never see it
and
again.
you're fucked, literally. So we went to the naked guy's room and found a ton of alcohol. It had been so long that I forgot the 5 W's on the aftermath of that night. I know that the kid still went on to graduate, and I think they may have all done it as E1s. Needless to say, that was one of my quickest staff duty events. The biggest learning point for me was that I learned it is a federal offense to discharge a fire extinguisher without there being a fire.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Knowing is half the battle.
The more you know.
Yeah. Ding. But I thought that was a fucking great one, right? Like that's because that's typical. You're like, it could happen at any moment, especially like there's like cameras, like watching shit.
Yeah.
Imagine, because staff duty, right? You always ordered fucking Chinese food or pizza. Like
That was the only thing available.
exactly, because you're like, I'm fucking hungry. It's midnight.
It's fucking, 1 o'clock in the morning.
So you're getting like shitty chicken wings and pizza or fucking Chinese food, like crab rangoon. Ugh. But
I kind of miss it.
But my question is there a bad crab rangoon? Haven't found one yet.
I haven't found one that I won't eat.
Exactly. I love that's.
There's some that are better than others.
Yes,
Absolutely.
But if you put enough of that sauce on it,
oh yeah,
it's going down. It's going down.
Put enough of sauce on anything, it's going down. You know what I mean?
If you've had bad crab rangoon, write in. Tell us. If you have good crab rangoon and want to sponsor the podcast, also write in.
Yeah, please.
We'll eat crab rangoon on this podcast if you sponsor us.
Yeah.
So that's
the ASMR. Is that the chewing? People who like to hear the sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm whatever the opposite of that is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Because
Is there a word?
yeah.
RMSA.
Yeah,
That's what I am.
I like noise canceling videos, just quiet, staring at someone. Yeah, think about the sound a crab rangoon makes. It's crunch, and then it's soft.
And then it's terrible combination of sound.
Oh, and then it's like
Terrible combination
as you
of
open your
sounds.
mouth, it's like back. Oh yeah. Okay. You want to hear another one? You want to hear another CQ?
Bosnia, right?
Am I right? We'll get to that. You want to hear another CQ story?
I would actually love
Okay.
to. Yeah, that was very enjoyable.
these are-
I'd like to do that again.
These are pretty good ones. This is a funny one. So this is a quick one. So there I was. It was 2012.
Oh, that's not it?
Nope, that's it.
Oh,
And there you go.
said it was quick.
I was the brigade staff duty officer or staff duty NCO. So there's a higher level, like we said, of everything, right? And everyone has to go check on the other people to make sure they're awake. So, which means I was basically in charge of walking around to all the battalion staff duties and make sure people were still awake. When I got into my last check, and the battalion staff duty NCO was knocked out cold, just asleep, sitting there, which happens.
It does happen.
He goes, and I mean cold. So I walked in, stared at him for a second, then I walked out quietly and shut the door. I stormed back in and yelled, "Roger that, Sergeant Major." Man, did that guy wake up, snap to parade rest so fast it was frightening. And then I said, "You think you get the point?" The guy said, "Roger that, Staff Sergeant."
Yeah. Sometimes it's actually I find a lot of times it's better to do something like that where it's creative, where they're going to remember it, rather than like just fucking wake them up and start yelling at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, you're just gonna get
You get yelled at all the fucking time. It all blends together.
You're gonna get the point.
Yeah, but something like that, he's like, I'm never gonna forget that.
So this is a pretty funny one too, because I can see this happening, because there's no way of finding out who it was, which was just fucking hilarious. Okay, so this guy just says, at Bragg, we had the blowjob guy. He called literally 3-4 times a day and pranked everyone, even the highest ranking personnel. This dude literally had no life. He would call and ask if you wanted a blowjob, ask if you could, how much you could bench press, and then hang up. Each call, he goes, this is the reason he did it, because each time someone called the phone, you would have to answer the phone with the entire greeting. So like, 4th Battalion, 31st Infantry, Sergeant so-and-so speaking, how can I help you, sir or ma'am? So each time the call, he would wait for the person to give the full call and then ask if they'd like a blowjob. There was nothing anyone could really do because we didn't have caller ID, nor do we have the time to deal with this guy. He called for the entire 8 years I was there. He's probably still calling.
He probably is. He's probably got a fucking TikTok now.
That's so fucking funny though, because like the landlines on base, the DSN phones, like it's a fucking just a brick phone.
Yeah, that's all
there's no way. Little thing lights up, and you have to answer it every time you fucking answer it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant, dude. That's so fucking funny.
He has an other than honorable discharge.
He has promote ahead of peers.
Sure. He should have promote ahead of peers, but he definitely in his back pocket has that guy other than honorable.
Yeah, that guy is that's very very
evil genius.
It is, right? It's so fucking funny.
I love it.
This is a good one too. This is a short one. While in Korea, we did a fake alert drill on a couple of brand new privates on Friday night after a good night of drinking. We sprung it on them 1 hour after they went to sleep. Hold on, this is the last one. Then I'm going to tell you one quick one from my days.
Ooh, back in the day.
This is a good one too. So he goes, not on charge of quarters, but I was on staff duty. He says, we got a new soldier in at 1800. He said everyone had left for the day, but the S1 had handed him off to us and asked if we could get him a room. We got him a room in the barracks, and then told him to report to his company during the 09 late call formation the next day. I added to him, oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow's a Hawaiian shirt day, so when you report to formation, be wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I forgot. He goes, I forgot all about this until I was leaving after my staff duty shift, and I saw the guy in the front leaning rest position in a Hawaiian shirt. Fucking brilliant. That is absolutely awesome, dude. But also, the fact that this new soldier had a Hawaiian shirt readily available.
That's the thing.
What, you don't?
There's two things, dude. Who believes that it's going to be Hawaiian shirt day? The person who believes it's going to be Hawaiian shirt day definitely has a Hawaiian shirt ready.
Because you know what he probably didn't have was a Hawaiian shirt. And he went out somewhere that night to get a fucking Hawaiian. He's like, I gotta have a Hawaiian shirt.
He went to the PX, and all they had left was like a XXX fucking shit. And he's in there swimming in the fucking...
But god damn it, he had his Hawaiian shirt. But how fucking funny is that, dude? That's a good one.
Wow.
So when I was I was charge of quarters when I was at Fort Drum, right? This is pre 9/11. So Fort Drum was weird because it was upstate New York, but a lot of guys who were from New York City would enlist to choose to go to Fort Drum because it was far enough away that they were away from New York City, but it was close enough that they could go home like on weekends and like big holidays and shit. There's a ton of guys from New York City. And there was this one platoon. So our charge of quarters, the CQ desk was right in the middle of the Y of the barracks. So like on the left side of the Y, left side was like first platoon, then second platoon was on the other side of that. And the other side, then the day room was in the middle.
Yep.
And then there was third platoon and headquarters platoon. And the third platoon guys, like there was a ton of New Yorkers. And there was like this huge clique of New Yorkers that were like click?
Clit.
Click? No, click.
Click.
They were looking for that mythical creature. But they were a huge
around this whole time.
clique of New Yorkers who were all like straight up like Bronx Italian guys. And then there was a second one that was all like Hispanics. So it was like two New York factions. And one day they decided to make a movie. So this was the late 90s when like handy cams were like the latest rage, and everyone bought them at the PX every payday, and they were just upgrading. And they decided to make a movie on this like Friday night after they all got shit faced.
I love the handy cam age.
Oh yeah, dude, great time, man. Just people rolling around making and it was like a gang war between the Italians and the Hispanics,
like a real one, or like a
New Yorkers in the movie, like they were fighting against each other.
Gangs in New York, type of deal.
But I remember like the climax of the shoot. So they'd been doing this all night long while I'm sitting there with my like runner, just watching this shit happen as these guys are developing this plot in front of me. But then the climax was the superhero was this big Italian guy. And he came out wearing just his flak jacket and a leopard print Speedo with a money sign on the front of it. and they were filming all of this shit. And I remember
What the fuck was the climax?
I don't know, but I remember there were like dildos being thrown across the
Seems like
the
a lot
hallway.
of holes in the plot.
Yeah. Right? Am I saying? I mean, we're not talking like fucking Cannes Film Festival here. I mean, maybe Venice, but I don't know. But so
It's a shoe.
yeah, there's this shit being thrown across, and I just remember him jumping up on top of the CQ desk, standing there with his arms on his hips, and then everyone in the production just clapping at the end, and then all of a sudden the barracks were empty.
That was it.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there all fucking night, stone sober, watching this fucking shit happen. But
That's a great way to spend fucking CQ night.
yeah, because you're just like, what? It's like, oh my god, what fucking? I'm like, just don't break anything.
But that's the thing. Like, they're entertaining themselves. They're not getting like too crazy.
Yep.
You're getting entertained.
I know. I'm just like. The best part was like, but through all these nights, like the battalion staff to do come down, like talk to me and check the log, and then you just see the shit happening, and like they're not causing any problems, so they're not going to stop it. But you're like, was that a deal? All right, whatever.
Is it?
Yeah, it's cool. That's cool.
How many dildos you guys have?
Yeah, all of them.
All dildos.
But yeah,
all
so
the dildos.
that's sometimes what happens, man. When you have a good night on charge of quarters.
Wow.
So
That was a really good segment. I might have peed a little.
yeah, that's because you
Nah.
negligent discharge.
Negligent discharge. Yeah. Fucking, that's the theme.
Hey.
Episode title, am I right?
That's also we should act,
Check that out.
could also be a segment pretty soon.
Woo. So let's I don't know. Let's talk about those negligent discharges.
Say what?
It's getting harder to say.
It's getting harder.
Getting harder
say?
and harder to say.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, so I mean, segment that we go back to.
Fan favorite.
It is a fan
Classy.
favorite. Because you never really know which way it's going to go. Right? And that segment we're talking about is Rogue Privates. Okay, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. This is a long one, okay?
It's worth it, I guarantee.
For anyone else, it's a regular story length. For me, it's the white whale. This is the Moby Dick of stories. You ready?
Hit it.
Buckle in, guys. Thanks. Bobby's just miming buckling in. It's very distracting.
Put on my crash helmet.
So when I was in the Navy, not me,
I understand.
storyteller,
Carry on.
stationed in Japan, I had a coworker / friend-ish type guy that I hung out with sometimes. Let's call him Jason. We fixed computers and printers mostly. So he's a nerd. Anyway, along comes this very attractive, bright young woman to our unit. We'll call her Anita. Which, like, wow.
These are very specific names.
I feel like their names.
This guy, we'll just call him Jason.
Yeah, I feel like their names actually were Jason and Anita. Yeah, that's a fact. We'll find you guys. Anyways, Jason pursues her romantically while I'm in charge of training Anita and showing her the ropes around our jurisdiction. Jason falls hard and fast for Anita, and she returns the affection. I find her smart, funny, and generally unique as a woman. She's not really bound by what is or isn't appropriate. She knows human politics and could one-up anyone's nasty / racist / sexist jokes. I felt like if there was a woman I'd want to pursue, it'd be her. But she's already been, quote-unquote, claimed by Jason. This has to be like an old
Quote-unquote
has to be.
Jason.
Yeah, he's Jason. Anywho, skip forward a year or so after several outings together as a group with Jason and Anita across Japan, sharing meals, adventures, and heartwarming group photos. We find ourselves back on base, and Jason has to work through the weekend, while Anita and I don't. I ask Anita if she's ever seen The Princess Bride, which is so stupid. What? What?
Great movie.
I don't
Great
get.
movie.
When was The Princess Bride made? It was in the 80s,
80s.
right?
Yeah. 100%.
Let's just say 87, because I don't fucking know the date.
Okay. I think it was probably
Even if it was 1987, I wouldn't be like, hey, have you ever seen The Princess Bride?
Does it go somewhere with that? Is he like? Does he have an ROUS, rodent of unusual
he has
size?
Nothing. And much to my surprise, she hadn't.
Princess Bride quote. Look it up.
Now let me say at this point, I'm around 22 years old. I was a shy, naive, smooth as Bobcat Goldthwait. You remember him?
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy. No, you can't.
I know, I
no one
can't.
can really-
I was like,
yeah.
All I remember him is from the Police Academy movies.
Yeah.
What a good, funny guy.
I know. And I honestly thought we were just going to watch a movie. Oh, he was wrong. Besides Jason and Anita are firmly established as a couple, I was often their photographer for cutesy tourist pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in my dorm-type barracks room on base, and I've got my bed across from the TV. At first, we're just sitting side by side, and then leaning a bit, and then lying side by side. And now she's snuggling hard. I don't know how you snuggle hard, by the way.
I'll show you.
Right now?
Not with you, but like, yeah. No, I'll have some YouTube videos. I'll show you.
I just picture like the old technical difficulties thing popping across the screen.
It's kind of like how you walk hard. You gotta snuggle hard.
Ooh, all right. Now we're getting somewhere, guys. It only took 26 episodes. So I keep writing it off in my head as, don't be a sexist pig. Just because she's occasionally grinding her ass onto your crotch doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, she's...
What?
She's itchy down there. She's got to move
I'm wearing blinders because I'm not an asshole. I want you to remember that phrase, I'm not an asshole. Long story short...
Something like an asshole would say.
Exactly. And it's not going to be hard to remember it because he said it quite often in this. Long story short, which isn't true because it's a very long story, after she drags my hand up under her shirt, I basically gave up all pretense of being a chaste mentor, friend figure, and we start making out. I hadn't been laid in years, but I kept condoms with me. That's how you know you haven't been laid in years. when you're keeping the condoms.
Just in case.
Just raw dog it.
Yeah. Listen, kids. Remember this.
Listen, kids. If you're gonna do it, just fucking do it right. Raw dog. Where was I? But I kept condoms with me in case I ever got the balls to go chase a random tail, or just in case. Before I put one on, though, I think to myself, why not just have a taste? That's what he says. Before I slap on
this guy's not an
a
asshole.
rubber dick skin, so I gently, slowly, rocking back and forth inside her while making out, and trying to focus on both enjoying the moment and not coming. Well, guess what? He came.
The negligent discharge.
Yep. It wasn't some amazing short spurt spasm of lightning either. These guys get away with words, by the way. It was the weakest orgasm I ever had.
Usually nerds do.
I came like a poorly torn packet of ketchup. Just
like off-brand too, not even fucking Heinz.
It's not Heinz.
Like off-brand fucking
some
ketchup.
off-brand bullshit.
Like you get it like a 7-Eleven with the hot dog. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I picture like going to like one of your siblings, like softball or baseball games, and they have that the concession stand, like that ketchup.
Yeah.
Just sad.
That's been there for 3 years.
Just so sad.
Just sad. Not even ketchup anymore. It's just fucking paste.
He goes, probably because I was trying so hard not to. Maybe it was just the shrieking eels, though, because I distinctly remember that part of the movie was playing. She asked if I came inside her, and I sheepishly said, maybe, which, ladies, always means yes. 100% yes. While still gently thrusting away with a semi as if nothing went wrong. Like she's not going to know. She tells me I should never come inside someone that isn't my girlfriend. Shame on him. And he shamefully agrees. My pride is shrinking along with my dick.
But it's an asshole.
She goes to the bathroom for a short while and comes back happily announce, don't worry, I think I squeezed most of you out. Phew. Crisis averted, maybe. Cut forward a week in time, and I've digested more information on orgasm restraint, detailed female anatomy, and cunning. Fuck it, whatever, dude. He's a nerd, and he researches.
I was going to
shit.
say, this guy is a uber nerd.
Yeah, he's a nerd, and he actually researches shit, which I'm sure that she's going to appreciate. But to me, you're a nerd. I was terribly embarrassed with my performance and terribly eager to show how much better I could do. Anita's still down to hang out and watch movies while Jason's away.
But he's not an asshole.
Not an asshole. I internally justify my continued actions by saying to myself, well, Jason and I aren't that close, really. And she wants to fuck me, and we've already fucked once, so why not? Things are going better. Condoms are always in play, and we bang in every position we know. Even try some random improvised stuff. Which is weird, because isn't it all improvised?
Yeah, I mean, dude.
Do you,
first of all...
I've never sat down. I've never fucked someone before and sat down beforehand and be like, okay, this is... And
you've never diagrammed it out first?
I've never had a game plan going in.
Well, there's where you're wrong. Okay? Listen,
you draw out the X's and O's?
It's what I do for a living. You got to have an SOP ahead of time. You got to have plans and sketches. They got to be proved by structural engineers.
What the fuck? What are you performing?
Oh, we're talking about sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, no game plan.
No game plan.
Yeah, there's actually and also listen, you can't improve it. You can't improvise anything. It's been done thousands of years ago. It's called the Kama Sutra. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Every single thing you can improvise, they already did.
Everything you could think
There's nothing that you're thinking, I just thought of this. You're like, no, ain't fucking happening.
Kids, listen. Okay, now that the parents are gone. Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
All you can want and much, much more.
And it's fucking free on the interwebs, right?
Oh,
Your little phone. Boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
You're not, I mean, I don't know when this was written, but
you can game plan in your head.
Yeah. Or on like notes on your phone, like positions I'd like to try.
Like, before they fucked, they had a playbook and like, okay, we're gonna run that one.
Yeah.
And then we'll put the hair mail
or
at
if
the end.
she does this, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like chess.
It's like a troubleshooting tree.
Three moves ahead.
She touched your dick. Did it get hard?
Okay.
Yes. Go here. No. Go here.
Now is it hard? The answer was, listen, his dick was probably hard the moment she walked into his
hard right now, talking about
into
Jesus
his dorm / barracks. Anyway, continue with the chlorophyll. I mean, borophyll.
Okay. Like her doing handstand against the wall. Good time. That was his improvised stuff. Rookie shit.
Bro,
he's 22. He's 22.
Come on, bro.
I never rest until she comes at least once. Because, god damn it, that first night had me washed from...
Liar.
Had to be washed from my memory. Which basically means he came and was like, I just got to keep going.
No, it means he came and he goes...
Keep going, Jason. Or not Jason, whatever his fucking name is.
He immediately was like... You too, right? And she's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, at the same time, that's crazy. How does it always happen that way?
I mean, it's just a fact.
Okay. Jesus Christ. He goes, because, God damn it, that first night had to be washed from my memory with the juices of a satisfied woman.
Oh, my God.
I'm beginning to think that Anita's not real.
Yeah. This is like a penthouse forum that is like for nerds. Like,
oh man!
No offense to nerds. You're some of my favorite people.
We need you guys.
Some of my favorite people.
We know a lot of you.
Some of you listen to this show. You know who you are.
At one point during this, I asked her, "Why did you want to have sex with me?" That, by the way, I picture him having sex and be like, "Hey,
why?
Why though? Yeah. But why? I need to know what I did right for science."
Oh my God.
Dude, I wish I could say that I wrote this, but it's actually a real story, guys.
This is fucking gold, though. Like this could be.
I told you it's a long one, but it's a good one.
So you like.
I'll tell all the ladies.
Yeah, you go off of like
both lies.
So like you look at like, all right, let's just. This is gonna sound weird until I get it out, right? Until I get it all the way out. Okay, like looking at like kids books, right? Like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Hold on, just hold on. That's what I said. Let me get through. So, Diary of the Wimpy Kid, right?
Okay.
Like it's a story of a wimpy kid who just goes through life bumbling and has these like misadventures.
He's a child.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
This could be like
as he gets older.
Yes, and it could be
an adult version.
Yes, Ooh. There could be. This Hollywood Pay attention to this. This is like
we are Hollywood, my friend.
it's true. Pay attention to this. Keith, write this up. Like, fucking write this up.
You know who you are.
Keith, you know who you are. You
write it.
You write this
I want
up.
a feature length.
This could be, and more often than not, this could be Keith. He was a nerd in the military.
Yeah,
so
he's still a nerd.
Well, that's true.
But he's my nerd.
Yeah, once you're a nerd, you're always a nerd.
So I love him.
Yeah. So, but like, write this up. This could be a great. Other than the douchiness part of this, we'd have to change that guy. And the name's Jason.
I want it to be cringeworthy.
And the name's Jason and Anita. That's too specific. I need a name like
Jason and Anita.
Jason and Manita. I need like
it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anita.
Anyway, is there more?
There's way more, dude. Yeah, we're scratching the surface, my friend. All right.
Top of the waves.
So she tells me casually, I just wanted to know what it'd be like. What came into that sentence, however, blew me away. We were driving to work in the same car across the base, and she points out 3 other guys just walking around outside that she also banged. Quote unquote, just to see what it was like. To be clear.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Seriously.
To be clear, she had been in Japan with Jason nearly since she arrived. And the drive was only about 15 minutes, and there wasn't even during the lunch hour. So there's just like
3 random.
there's just the only. I just picture
Dudes
the only
picking up
3
cigarette
people.
butts. Picking up cigarette butts on the side of the road.
I just picture the only 3 people on the road. She's like, oh yeah, I fucked.
Police
up.
call. Picking up
I
cigarette
just
butts.
fucked those guys. No big deal. I just want to see what it was like. So while I thought. So I had this weird idea of a potential love triangle in my head of just me, Jason, and Anita. It turns out to be more of a love dodecahedron.
Oh my God.
Which is like 12.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Dodecahedron.
I'm sorry.
I even looked it up before I fucking did this thing, and I still forgot. Thank you, though. Yeah. 12 sides. Probably more. Because once you cut off 1, 2 grow back. Jason has no idea. Jason is a conservative guy from Hispanic Catholic background.
I feel bad for Jason.
I did.
First girl that showed him her boobs.
You have no idea, Jason. So there's no fixing this. I play it cool with Anita and Jason because they're getting closer, and there are hints of perhaps an upcoming engagement. Then, by sheer chance, Jason and I are sent out west, around the West Pacific Ocean on an aircraft carrier, while Anita stays at the base as part of a skeleton crew to keep the mostly vacant network running. They write letters and emails to each other every day, and we exchange pictures. Anita says, I just picture Jason shows, like, this dude pictures of Anita's boobs, and he's like, oh, shit, me too, dude.
I didn't get that one yet.
Oh, she just sent it to you? Fuck, man, I got these ones. So Anita says she's getting depressed and lonely, and I email her an album of digital photos of Jason making goofy faces and seeing all the tourist crap in the island of Guam, saying how much Jason misses her too. This guy's just, like, fucking weird, man.
These are Navy people, aren't they?
Again, I'm not an asshole. Okay? And just because I was occasionally banging Anita doesn't mean I wanted their relationship to fail. I'm going to back that up. I'm going to read that again. Okay. I'm not an asshole, comma, and just because I occasionally banged Anita doesn't mean I wanted their relationship to fail. We're going to move on.
Well,
Also,
yeah, because he doesn't want to be in a relationship with her. He just wants a steady bang.
I know. But he's not an asshole.
No.
Also, when she wasn't banging other dudes, Anita acted heavily invested in Jason, too.
Well,
It
yeah.
seemed like a real relationship from the outside.
Jason sounds like a great guy.
Jason sounds like a fucking
He's a
good
catch.
man. I know.
Ladies?
Jason, if you're out there, man.
Or, quote unquote, Jason.
Quote unquote, it's Jason. A few days later, Jason is heartbroken and sobbing on the shit. There's a lot more.
You know who
dude.
Jason sounds like to me? Jason sounds like Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Kinda. Yeah.
That's who it is. He's just going through life, and she's banging.
His real life name is Jason.
Yeah, he's banging that. She's banging that fucking rock star dude. Who's pretty. Alden Snow's pretty cool. Pretty cool dude.
I know. Whatever.
Whatever.
So a few days later, Jason is heartbroken and sobbing on the ship while we're still docked in Guam. It turns out that Anita confessed via email that she had been cheating on him and she can't take the guilt anymore. Ooh. My eyes widen for the potential shitstorm ahead, but I can tell she never mentioned me because of Jason's looking to me for comfort while vulnerable and depressed. This poor guy had no clue. I tell him how sorry I am.
Yeah.
I tell him he doesn't deserve to have his trust betrayed like this. Why? Because while I may have broken several articles of the Uniform Code of Fraternal Justice? Oh, I thought he was talking about the UCMJ. Fraternal, okay. Yeah. I was going to say military.
I know, yeah.
It fucked me up.
But he wasn't, because they're actually, I mean, that is he probably did, because the UCMJ is very, very, you cannot.
So he broke several articles of the Uniform Code of Fraternal Justice, but he's not an asshole.
UCMFJ.
I had plans to go fuck around on Guam for a bit, but I stay there all night talking to him through a really dark headspace. He's talking about how stupid he is, he's talking about never being able to love again, and he's talking about suicide. I give him several appeals to his awards, his accomplishments, his personal growth, and how happy I am to have him as a friend. When someone's talking about suicide, I say whatever I need to in order to get them to calm down until there's a better spot and able to get real help. Yes, I've been fucking his girlfriend behind his back while we're on shore, but again, I'm not an asshole. Besides, I think
you're an asshole.
He goes, besides, I was only a small percentage of the other dicks she played with. Diffusion of responsibility, right? Anita is torn up by grief and regret. While I'm confronting Jason, I'm discreetly receiving and sending essay-length emails to Anita about what the fuck is going on. Long story short, she's suicidal too, more so than Jason even. She's got a plan, a time, a place, and leaves me direct instructions on how to take care of feelings, how to take care of telling her parents and friends what happened. She tells me I just want to see one more sunset, then I'm done. This simply will not do.
What the fuck?
I will not be party to the suicide of one or two friends if I can help it. I can't allow that because I keep telling myself I'm not an asshole. I get a hold of the on-duty chaplain on the ship, explain that a friend is about to kill herself back on base, and I personally call the base commanding officer around 1 a.m. and tell him what's up. He sends a medical team, and Anita is found and put on suicide watch in a therapy program. I spend the rest of the night consoling Jason on the ship, and things finally start to feel safe again. The next day, I'm commended for being a fucking hero. Everyone's patting my back.
He's not an asshole.
He's not an asshole. Everyone's patting my back and telling me what a good guy I am, and I mumble some humble deflections in response. Jason personally tells me, you didn't just save her life, you saved mine too. You're one of the good ones. It's all too surreal. This shit doesn't happen in the movies, you know? I still feel like
it could happen in the movies if Keith wrote it up.
He could. Fucking listen up, buddy. I still feel like shit, but I'm glad they're both stabilized and getting help. Sure, I fucked a friend's girl for a few months behind his back, but I also stopped both of them from killing themselves over a failed, before it started, early 20s relationship. Because I'm not an asshole.
I want to punch this dude in the face.
That is the end.
Yeah, I want to punch this dude in the face.
Wow.
It was good. It was a great story.
That took a lot out of me.
Yeah, I'm drained.
I need a nap. Jason, you're a good guy. You're a good guy.
Nerd. In fact, you are
an asshole.
And you are a buddy fucker. You are
He's a butterfucker.
Buddy fucker.
Who does negligent discharges in his buddy's fucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 100% correct.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough one, man. That's that's a lot of going on. A lot of vivid detail. That this guy's actually proud about.
Not being an asshole.
Yeah, his conquest of one girl. And he slowly trying to shame a girl for having sex with multiple partners, where he himself
is one of those. But he didn't know at that point, you know what I mean?
He thought it was just him.
It was
which is the problem that I think guys have all the time. Like, listen, if guys, if you want to have sex, it's fucking rad. Girls,
consensual.
If you want, yes. When I say sex, I mean consensual, right? If
just
guys,
put the disclaimer out there.
Guys, if he or she is into you, you want to have the sex, go for it. Girls, you know
what it feels like a bag of sand?
Yeah, girls, if he or she is into you and you want to have the sex, go for it, right? It doesn't fucking matter. Like, we're on this fucking spinning globe for a short amount of time, and
can I caveat that real quick?
Yeah, I wasn't finished.
Girls,
but yeah,
I want to interject, not caveat. Interject.
Can I finish?
No,
can I finish?
You can't
Can I finish?
I'm
finished.
And girls, if you do want to have the sex, fucking let us know, please. It's really hard for us out here. You know what I mean? Just let us know.
Let me just.
I'm not going to guarantee we're down, but I can. The percentage is pretty fucking high that we're going to be down.
Let me circle back to what. Circle back to what I was getting at. There is the it's 2020 fucking one.
It is.
All right. People like to have sex.
We always have.
Okay.
But
so
it's acceptable.
Let's get it out in the open, man. If dude, I hate the fact like that used to piss me off so bad. Is people be like, oh, dude, fuck her, man. She's a slut. She's only a slut because she's not having sex with you.
Yeah, that's he's just mad. That bitch.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
You, dude.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So and girls, good for you. Like I'm a full believer in that. Every single girl has a dude that's willing to bang, but not every guy has a girl that's willing to bang. That's like,
pretty sad when you
go
say
for it, man. Fucking go for it. Just have fun, be consensual, and just make it the sex.
Make it the sex.
Make it the sex.
And just, be
and write in and tell us about your
discharges.
stories. Okay, there you go. Yeah, but you, the asshole.
But you can always squeeze most of them out.
Yeah, that's also. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Wow.
Which is, I'd like to hear the science behind that because I don't know how.
Yeah.
How that works.
So when we're offline, I'm gonna tell you and Nick some stories.
Okay.
From Curl Your Toes.
I prefer if you tell online.
Nope. They're about ice cream, not
like
sex.
ice cream.
Not sex.
Okay.
Anyway, listen. Great story. Mail call. We need to reel it back in here and talk about something that's not going to be about sex.
Yeah.
Or drugs or getting drugged and getting sexed. Like let's wait. That's actually not what we're going to talk about.
No,
we're going to talk about
exactly
all
what
that stuff.
this is about.
Yeah. So tonight's mail call comes in from a good buddy of ours, Will the Thrill. Giant of a man.
He's
huge heart.
Huge heart. Even bigger talent.
Huge shoes. But like his heart's so big because he's fucking ginormous. So anyway, so here's his story that he wrote.
It just needs to be so big because of how big it is.
Yeah,
it's
circulates the
not
blood to his body because it's
for
giant.
him it's normal. For us, it's like that's too much of a heart.
Way too much.
Way too big of a heart.
We wouldn't be able to carry it around.
No, I wouldn't.
It'd be like collapsing. Anyway, so he writes in, 2 of my buddies and myself were doing the arm. Now, keep in mind, this is an unedited version. It's long. I had to like font it way up so I could read this bad boy.
I always put my font up.
Yep, I have to because it's like, kind of find my place. Okay, so here we go.
Go
All right, bear with me here. 2 of my buddies and myself were doing that army private thing and spending cash like we actually had it. Being stationed in Italy was tits. That's what the kids are saying these days.
The kids were saying it back in
back in 04. Apparently that means it's good.
Tits is good.
Yeah,
tits is always good.
Yeah, tits is good. It's the tits.
It's the tits.
Yeah.
Hey,
forget about it. So we decided to take a flight to Athens on a 4-day weekend. Fucking big baller.
All right.
And that's Athens, Greece, not Georgia.
Rumor has it he's still paying off those credit card charges.
It's true. Yeah, Athens, Greece, not Athens, Georgia. Day 1, we show up, drop our shit in the hotel, and head out to find some food. We eat at this outdoor spot a couple blocks away from the hotel. Food was good, nothing to write home about. But he's writing to us about.
He's writing.
Weird.
We're home.
Now I have to point out that in hindsight, what happened next was totally a setup. Sounds to me that that's something an asshole would say.
It was Will who wrote this, wasn't it? Will, do you know Anita and Jason?
Anita. We just left the restaurant and we're chatting about how fucked up we're gonna get partying with Greek chicks. Never gonna happen. We were sort of right. This dude walks by and is like, "You guys speak English? What time is it?" Again.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know why I said it like that, but
you said it like a guy whose native language is Greece, but is trying to talk to the Americans who speak English.
Yeah, which is perfect, right?
guys, hey.
You guys will speak English?
What time is it? You got it right. Like,
You know what time it is?
crazy American saying. What time is it, right?
That's exactly what I was going for.
You nailed it.
And again, in hindsight, we were being set up. But as an LGOP, or little group of paratroopers, that was the last thing that we thought could happen. So he's in a group of friends. They're solid, big dudes.
Yeah.
Because Will only hangs out with big dudes. You know, me and you, big guys.
Yeah. Ginormous.
So we tell the dude the time, because everyone's, it's party time. So we tell the dude the time and chat a bit about just getting there. He asks if we've eaten. We tell him yeah, and point to that place we just left. Now, this should have been obvious, but again, we are grunts. So Will thinks that just because he's an infantryman, he's stupid. No, it's just because he's Will. It's not just, yeah, it has nothing to do with the job. Nothing to do with the job. He says, I own that place and, and a bar down the street. You want to come have a drink on me? That's awkward. Like, actually on him, or... okay.
Belly button shots.
Yeah, it's grease. I don't know what to do over there. Well, fucking obviously, we get to this little bar in a dark spot in an alley, and no joke, he knocks on the door, and the little window in the door slides open and checks us out. We get let in with the owner. He puts that in quotations. The owner, and he gives us all a cab of Greek must be a cup of Greek beer. I don't remember if it was good, but it was alcohol. After a couple it must be can. Okay, can.
Yeah.
A couple cans.
Well, fucking spell check, buddy.
After a couple cans of beer, these chicks come out of nowhere and sit down next to us. At this point, we see what's happening, sort of. But fuck it, free booze. Am I right? So he knows he's going to have his kidney removed, but he's like, fuck it, free beer. Fuck
Might as well drink for my procedure.
If it's not clear, we realized these were hookers. Is that PC? Anyway, so he tells us, he actually wrote that. So he tells us he wants to give us a traditional Greek drink.
Sounds like semen.
We don't turn down booze, especially free booze, so we're in. My hazy memory tells me it was orange juice with ouzo. But that sounds fucking gross, which that is fucking gross. Ouzo by itself is fucking gross. I don't know what it is, but my buddy chugged a glass of it. I drank probably half, and my other buddy took a sip and hated it, refused to drink it. They were kind of pressuring this guy to drink it, and he's refusing. They weirdly start getting nervous and a little hostile towards us. Finally, we're like, thanks, but we're out. They try to throw us a 200 euro tab at us for all the complimentary drinks and the drinks the chicks had. The bouncer dude was kind of blocking the door. Meanwhile, the owner dude is obviously nervous. We're having none of it. We offered them like 30 euro and told them if they weren't going to let us out, we were going to force our way out. Honestly, it got super sketchy. The owner is finally like, get the fuck out, and we leave. Not super phased, we start heading out to see the Pantheon when all of a sudden it hits. Dude, I was fucked up. I could not control my legs. My brain wasn't processing shit normal. I'm pretty sure I looked like a Gumby doll trying to walk up a steep staircase while on flat ground. My head was absolutely buzzing, and I felt like I couldn't stay awake. The dude that chugged the drink was having the same shit going on. The dude that refused the drink was totally fine. We're still somewhat able to think and realize we've been fucking drugged. Like, legitimately fucking drugged. We considered going to the embassy, but our buddy helped us to the hotel, where we proceeded to waste the entire night and half the next day asleep in bed. We ended up salvaging the weekend and having a decent, but more cautious final couple days. Where we were livid, though, and strongly considered going back to the place and fucking those guys up. Which is random.
That's fair.
You think it ends there, but no. That Tuesday at formation, they announce a random drug test.
No.
After weighing all of our options, we decide it's best to tell our CO that we may have been drugged in a whorehouse in Greece.
Left out that part.
And may pop hot. No, because that's what makes it real.
That's true. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
you're
fair.
like, right, okay. No, we were in a whorehouse.
Trying to get some
now
tail.
you're telling us.
Trying to pay for some tail.
Our CO and first sergeant were less than impressed and spent the day retelling our story, standing at parade rest in HQ getting smoked. Ultimately, we never heard anything about the drug test. So this is where they should have been paying attention. I doubt roofies are one of the drugs they test for. It's not. And in hindsight, but yeah, we were drugged.
But it could have been anything.
It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been. Were they out after our money? We were so close to being in a Hostel movie. Who the fuck knows? Am I right?
Wow.
Yeah. So,
he is a really big dude. Like,
yeah, that's a bold move.
They must have put a lot of shit in his.
I also know some of the guys that Will hung out with, and there's some pretty fucking big dudes too. Like big dudes running big packs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of guys, big guys. But like, yeah, that's a fucking bold move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they get laid?
No. They were the laid.
They were the laid.
They were going to be the menu.
Will, did your butt hurt when you got back to the hotel room?
No. Okay.
No? Okay.
Fair enough. But hey, that's mail call, and that's the episode.
That was a really good story.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir, for sending that in.
Mm-hmm. If you want to be like Will,
which you shouldn't.
Not in Greece, but you can send in stories like Will.
If you want to send
from
in
somewhere
stories
else,
like Will, yes.
And if you happen to be the one that drugged Will, please send in what you were actually planning on doing. We want to hear the other side of it. Yeah. There's two sides to every story.
Where's your supplier?
Yeah, there's two sides to every story. Yeah, John, that sounded a little rapey. That what?
What?
That sounded a little rapey.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, gotcha.
Cut the head off the snake.
Gotcha.
Jesus.
Nice.
This
nice.
guy.
I like it. I just stay involved. Anyway, hey, thanks to all our listeners.
You didn't even tell them where they could do it. WilcoMediaPro.com.
I was getting to that
podcast.
Go on.
You can submit your stories there.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
What else can you do there?
That's it.
You can write. You can write shit.
The fuck up. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted them to write their shit there. Yeah. What else do you want to do?
Okay.
Send me a dick pic. I don't fucking know, dude. Like,
don't say that.
Do whatever you want.
Don't say that. Now it's going to be inundated, and Big Dick Nick's going to see not so big dick.
I'll tell you what. If we get a bunch of dick pics, collage. We're going to have and it's going to be Celine Dion playing My Heart Will Go On in the background, and it's going to be dick pics for days.
You don't tarnish that song. There's only one
time.
like
that song was
There's only one time that song's played.
I feel like that song was made for a collage of dick pics.
You don't tarnish that song. There's only one time. Anyway.
Well, yeah, anywho. Fucking, we digress.
Wow. Thanks, Big Dick Nick.
Thank you. Yeah, speaking of dicks, thank you, Big Dick Nick, and Wilco Media team.
And the entire Wilco Media team.
Yeah. And you can listen to us or watch us Thursdays at noon on YouTube at Wilco Media or wherever you find podcasts, and you can subscribe as well, because that's an option you have in YouTube or anywhere.
And if you're listening out there, Keith, you got a screenplay to write.
Yeah.
And
we'll be in touch, my friend.
And John wants to play Jason.
You
want to play Anita?
I want to play Anita.
Okay, perfect.
I feel like I can pull it off.
You could do role reversals and have two chicks. And then
have half my face shaved and then the other half not.
No. I meant you be Anita and then two girls play the other parts.
We'll talk.
It's 2021.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Think about it.
We'll talk. But that's it, man. That's it. We will.
No, literally, that's it. We're done.
Yeah, I don't.
There's fucking. That's it. That's fucking
it.
literally.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week, maybe, if we're still here.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. The censors hit us. I don't know.
Right.
Just fucking shoot
Listen,
it all.
I've had to piss since ketchup packet.
All right, nice.
So I'm gonna go.